How's it going, guys? Jemiah's World is here. Yes, we're here back with another video. I hope you guys had an incredible week. We're about to get into my top 10 fantasy / sci-fi books I want to get into off of my TBR. As you can see behind me, I have a huge plethora of books, and a lot of them have not been read yet. I have 5 sci-fi, 5 fantasy that I want to get to, and this is a list and books that I've been eyeing since my TBR has been created. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for all the notifications on Jemiah's World. Let's get into it. The first book we have on this stack is a sci-fi book. It is Your Utopia by Bora Chung. This book is supposed to be a plethora of things. It's supposed to be testing the idea of cannibalism, idealism, diseases in the world. Like, it's something that's like supposed to be like, what the are we doing and we talking about? This one has been on my shelf for a while. The cover is giving me something like AI meets something trying to get cured. But wait, is it going to enlighten me? Is it going to show me that this is all a scam? We gotta wait and see. The next book I have is a fantasy book that I received, and I decided to get the UK version because the UK covers just sung to me. We have Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn trilogy. This is the Final Empire. This is the first book in this trilogy. I will absolutely be joining the Brandon Sanderson hive. I cannot wait to be in the conversation, because the Brandon Sanderson readers, man, like, they have this thing, and like they do this thing where they just understand each other's language, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna be in there with y'all soon. This is where a lot of people say you should start his entire catalog. Like, it's a huge catalog, but they said this is a good place to start to get to know his writing and that type of thing, and to start into like the series and jump in like head first. I am a girly that likes to jump in head first, but I want to jump in order, right? So I will definitely be reading this book. I have the US cover that I will be reading and annotating. This beauty will be on my shelf. I have another sci-fi book. This is Wolf by Hugh Howey. This is the first book in the Silo series. And you see that right there? There is a television show on Apple TV, okay? That means we are going to read the books, then we're going to watch the show. I love that combination. Every time I find out it started with a book, then the show just appears and it's a banger, I'll be like, let me get the book. Because the book gonna break it down. I'm not sure what this is about. I can read a little bit of the synopsis. It says, after the previous sheriff leaves the silo in a terrifying ritual, Juliet, a mechanic from the down deep, is suddenly and inexplicably promoted to the head of law enforcement. With newfound power and with little regard for the customs she is supposed to abide, Juliet uncovers hints of a sinister conspiracy. A conspiracy? Tinfoil hat? This is getting read. The next book I should have gotten to a long time ago. I should have got to this book in like May of this year, and I don't know why I didn't grab it. And I got a feeling I'm gonna regret this when I open this book up, because I know it's gonna be a banger just based off the synopsis, dude. And we're gonna get into the synopsis because it's just a lot. The next book we have is Scythe. This is by Neil Shusterman. This is a YA sci-fi, okay? Initially, when I heard about this book on Book Talk from my book besties, I was like, YA? I don't know. But everybody who's read it has instantly jumped into the second one. Instantly. Period. This is, I'm gonna give you guys a little teaser if you haven't read it yet. If you have, let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm losing my mind and I need to pick it up like today. A world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery. Humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death. Now scythes are the only ones who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. tinfoil hat all 2025. We've been seeing what's going on with climate change, with the election, with prices of groceries, gas, the environment, the internet, social media. How did I forget to not pick this up? Like, just me reading that was like, did I forget? Like, what book is going ahead of this? Do not be surprised if you see this in my January hopefuls. This is crazy. Like, this sounds incredible. The next book I have is a book that I've had on my shelf. This is the original cover before it got traditionally published. A lot of people love this author. They have read her first book and have been instantly hooked. They said this book that I have currently is incredible as well. I will definitely be getting into this hive because it is a hive that I believe can do no wrong. We have a Blood Over Bright Haven. This is by M.L. Wong. I have not read one of M.L. Wong's books. I've had Sword of Kaigen on my wish list all year. I don't know why I haven't bought it. I just don't want to be like heartbroken, bro. Like, a lot of people are telling me like it's just a lot of woman tear down, breakdown on the other side. Like, I don't even want to get into it. But this book is happening. This book is supposed to happen in like some type of institution. Let's read a little bit of it on the back just to be sure. An orphan since the age of 4, Siona has always had more to prove than her fellow students. For 20 years, she has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic, fueled by a mad desire to achieve the impossible, to be the first woman ever admitted to the high magistry. First ever woman? I'm not even going to keep going because I got a feeling I'm going to have a bunch of mixed emotions. But one thing about Siona, we already believe in you. I haven't even opened the book. You're going to win. The next sci-fi book I have on this list is a book when I was just randomly one night after work, probably had a rough day at work, not shocking. And I just went to Barnes and was like, let me go check out a different section. I'm a thriller girly. Let me go check the sci-fi. Let's see what they have. This is the book I picked up and I was intrigued. Instantly. Cover, how big it is. I'm like into this thing of like really thick books. When I read the synopsis, period. We have Paradise 1 by David Wellington. Let's just go a little bit into the synopsis. Paradise 1, Earth's first deep space colony. For thousands of people, it was an opportunity for a new life. Until it went dark. Tinfoil hat. Are you guys feeling the energy I'm bringing right now? It is a tinfoil 2025. Every book I have grabbed in the sci-fi area has been conspiracy, derived from somewhere crazy. Paradise 1 is a thickie. Are we gonna be excited? Are we gonna be talking that? Bro, I'm so hyped for these books. Like, you guys have no idea. And it's crazy because I just literally got into sci-fi and I feel like this is my sci-fi era, gang. Like, period. And the last sci-fi book on this stack, we have a book that has been on people's list to be called their Roman Empire. It is a book that has made people laugh, cry, enlightened, educated, and they love it all the way through. We have Project Hail Mary. This is by Andy Weir, and this goes without saying. This is an astronaut. He is stuck in space and he's trying to figure out how to get out. I should have been read this. I have the hardcover. I was like, okay, everybody's telling me this is their Roman Empire. This is one of the ones. I need to get the paperback and annotate. And what did I do? Get the paperback so I can annotate. I feel like I'm just gonna be in a different wave. Like, this is gonna be a different wave of energy, and I feel like It's gonna unlock something in my brain that's really gonna teach me, help me grow, help me like continue to stay enlightened. I really truly believe this is gonna be beyond a 5-star. This is gonna be a book I truly believe I'm gonna be talking about forever. And I will definitely let you guys know if the anticipation is too high and I had high hopes for nothing. Do I believe I will feel like that? No. The next book I have here is a fantasy book. As soon as it released, I read the synopsis. I waited and waited and waited for it to go on sale. I was going to pay that high ticket price of hardcover because it was high everywhere. This is something that I felt like was similar to Red Rising. That Red Rising itch it made me want to like just jump head first and read it. Then I had to start studying for my LSAT. I got like kind of sidetracked with life because life be lifing, and it's been sitting on the shelf. But is it gonna glide out? Yeah. We have Will the Mini. This is by James Islington, and this book has been on people's top. Like, this is a book that I believe is gonna really be extremely good. I'm gonna really have to sit and live with these fantasy books, because one thing about me, I am very new to fantasy. I definitely want to understand, and I don't want to rush the process because these books are so curated, like in such an advanced high level. I want to make sure I am engaged. This book is thick, all right? It's gonna get read. Is it gonna be a 5? I really, truly, truly hope so. I do. And y'all will know if it is. If it's not, y'all gonna know the tea. Moving along, we have a book that released, and as soon as it came out, I went right to Barnes and was like, you guys don't have this on your shelf? Why is this not in the front on a table? What is going on? This is the new released book. And it's a new release fantasy. And the cover's fire. Like, what are we... They literally heard me and literally ordered a bunch of them because they didn't have any on the shelf, but it said on the app that they had them in store. The next book we have is Faybound. This is by Sarah L. Arifi, and I honestly do not remember what this book is about, but this cover is so freaking gorgeous, bro. Like, I remember when I first seen it, and then I started looking up the author, and I'm like, oh, she's a Black woman? W. Oh, this cover? W. The synopsis? Freaking WW. The synopsis says, Yirin was born on the battlefield, has lived on the battlefield, and one day she knows she will die on the battlefield. As a warrior in the Elven army, Yirin has known nothing but violence her whole life. Her sister, Lettel, is trying to make a living as the diviner, seeking prophecies of a better future. When a fatal mistake leads to Yirin's exile from the Elven lands, both sisters are forced into the terrifying wilderness beyond their borders. There they encounter the impossible, the Fae court. The Fae haven't been seen for a millennium, but now Yirin and Lettel are thrust into their seductive world, torn amongst their loyalties to each other, their elven homeland, and their hearts. It looks like they're going to get stuck somewhere, and they're going to have to really sacrifice some things. I'm just excited. I want to see what it's going to be about. I've never read anything from Sarah L. Arifi before. I've seen mixed reviews on Faybound. There's supposed to be the second book in this series dropping next year. I will definitely be trying my best to read the first one before the second one comes out, and you guys will definitely be getting my honest and extensive opinion on it. The last and final book on this sci-fi / fantasy 10 books I want to get to in 2025 for my TBR is a book that I seen one of my really, really close childhood friends post on Instagram. I was like, what is that? Because my friend, like my childhood friend, she's very like eccentric and like she's very intentional and she's like super vibey and like her vibrations are just so like incredible. I was just like, whatever that is, I want to read it. This is way before I even got on BookTube or BookTok. She recommended this book to me and said, you're gonna cry. This book is so beautiful. You're gonna cry. I had no idea what it was about. I just bought it. We have something that is huge all over BookTok, BookTube. The reviews are up and down, but it has left a pulse on the book community. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is by V.E. Schwab. V.E. Schwab is an author that continues to set the bar. It's books this author has had and curated that are very, very high, and some of them are very mixed. Some of them are very low for people. Again, reading is subjective, so that's a thing where it's up to you and how you feel about it and how you experienced that story. This book is supposed to be set in this dimension, and this girl, let's read the synopsis because I want to make sure I'm on brand. France 1714. In a moment of desperation, a young woman named Adeline meets a dangerous stranger and makes a terrible mistake. As she realizes the limitations of her Faustian bargain, being able to live forever without being able to be remembered by anyone she sees, Addie chooses to flee her small village, and as everything she once held dear is torn away. Being able to live forever, but everyone forgets who you are. So it's like you're invisible. Like you don't exist, even though you do exist. A bargain. This book is... I got a feeling this book is going to put me in like a whole reading slump. I haven't even been in a reading slump yet. I don't even know how it feels. I gotta feel, hearing that sounds so deep. Like, I feel like it's gonna enlighten me. I feel like it's gonna show me things that I haven't been able to see in this dimension. Like, it's gonna take me into a different headspace. And I feel like it's gonna teach me. Like, that's the whole reason why I read. I wanna be taught something, and I wanna be able to jump into someone else's brain on these pages and really dive into a story and understand it and really try to understand it, right? Because it's like I don't fully understand and grasp like everything, but I want to jump into those pages and really feel like I'm in it and really try to like evaluate it and see the perspective in my point of view. So V. Schwab, we're gonna start with this one. I got a feeling it's gonna be an auto buy after this one. When it's a banger. I believe it's gonna be more than 5. I don't do that. I don't give books more than 5 stars. And I've been trying my best not to just throw 5-star unless it really captivates me. Like, it has to really, I have to feel it in my body, literally. We'll see. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.